Hey guys, Sean, Leslie Liver Dummies. Fury rocket launcher. I got a new projectile for it. You see me fire these things. Solid 2-inch wooden ball. 42 grams. I've added tape to it because they're still a little small. Finding a perfect match projectile for this is proven to be not as easy as I thought. Now, it was designed to shoot foam rockets or t-shirts or things that you can stuff in here that are kind of squishy, right? I don't know if this is a good idea to do indoors. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is not a good idea. So, warning, do not try this at home. I have a steel baking sheet here. Those are a couple of 40 jewel marks from a whatever, 68 caliber. The wooden ball is the one I'm worried about. So I might have to barricade myself in here. Let me throw it on the table and kind of go through some things that I've done and that I think helped the operation of this launcher. You know, it did have some kind of minor nuances that bugged me when I got it. So let's go do that. If you remember from the first video, one of the things that kind of bugged me was the tube itself. When it was in the lowered lock position, it kind of swayed side to side here. Another thing is its horizontal plane here with the chamber wasn't, again, because it could sway side to side, this latch here kind of allowed some up and down movement. I remedied that. So first thing I tried was obviously tighten the hinge here. It was tight. I bought some M6 by 0.2 millimeter shims. And the idea was I was going to shim this hinge on either side here to kind of prevent this side to side movement. Well, I did that. It didn't really fix it at all. Shout out to John Wixon. He had mentioned something. He also owns one of these. Thought about shimming this lock here. So this is your barrel latch, you can see there. So I used the same shim I had here and I disassembled my latch here, and I don't know if you can pick it up there. Kind of see the outer edge of that. It's like a flat washer, but it's a shim. On this pivot point right here. That one actually worked very well. My horizontal alignment is nice and even with the chamber now. So I love that. It also fixed the issue. So sometimes this barrel tube didn't want to release on its own. So I kind of have to, like what I just did there, like I helped it. Now that this latch is shimmed in here, boom, one-handed operation. And of course, the alignment is much better. I mentioned that. So, but for the side-to-side movement, the shims in here didn't work. Getting another shim in there would have proved very difficult. So maybe thicker shims, you know, might help. But you know what I tried? First, I tried a piece of foam right in this area here. It actually worked really well, and foam is cheap. It was to be precise, it was 1/4 inch by 3/8 window seal, like weather seal, you know, like HD, what is it called? HD or EPMD or something like that, foam tape essentially. So I put it in here, worked very well. It nearly eliminated this side to side movement. But overnight, it flattened. I wasn't expecting it to flatten, but it did. So what do I do next? Where is it? This TIPX detent. So this is a cheap foamy detent. I just inserted, so there's a little hole here, just like this from the factory. I put it in here, just like this. Served two purposes. I no longer had to tape my hockey balls. Boom, like that. Look at that. Works perfect. It also created some tension on the tube here, which prevented side to side. Problem with this detent, now this isn't a perfect solution. You know me guys, I'm like garage hack here. So the wooden balls that I wanted to fire are a little too tight for that detent. So it's a work in progress. But look at this, simple O-ring. I stretched an O-ring over the tube, and you can see, you know, this right here on the frame, it kind of has, you know, you might be able to see, I mean, it's angled like 45 degrees on each edge here, and it's flat. Look at that. Like sometimes the simplest things are the best solutions. So for now, I'm going to shoot this wooden ball with tape. And this one, I'm gonna put the detent back in. So in this case, I'm just gonna roll this O-ring up a little because it kind of does interfere with the detent in the location it was just installed. So put it back in there. Like that. Put my ball in. Oop. Boom. Good to go. One other thing. I'm gonna sit down for this one. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot that too. I got this 2-inch cap sitting here. You guys are awesome. The ideas I know that come to mind when you have a big tube like this and the things that you can fit in it. They sell 2-inch clear gumball. You know, you get out of your like 25 cent. I don't think they're 25 cents anymore, but you know, I used to get out of the gumball machine and you could pack them with anything. Pepper, more balls, you know, you could pack them full of shot. You name it, you could do it. This particular one, this was John's idea. He's like, these 2-inch shipping caps. You know, you get the cardboard tubes. Yeah, that opens a lot of doors. This particular one needs a little bit of shaving. The lip is just a little too thick. I did have a desk. You know those wire grommets that you use for wires in your desk? I had one of those and I honestly, I misplaced it, but I broke the flange off it, stuck it in, and this thing locked up no problem. So, I mean, you could make your own shells for this, which is pretty cool, with a little bit of ingenuity and, you know, fairly inexpensive. The other problem I had was I had a leak, and it's not the gauge. It's now MCS says max 450 PSI output. And again, I haven't got clarification yet whether that means 450 PSI on this gauge or 450 PSI on your tank. But what I've noticed, so it's leaking here. When I screw my tank in and I haven't charged the marker launcher, it's leaking past this O-ring seal. I replaced the O-ring seal. I've tried a number of different tanks that I have laying here, they all leak. But what I did notice was when the launcher got down to around like 500 PSI left in the tank and it was enough for just one more shot, the rear end stopped leaking here. So I'm thinking that, I mean, that might be some sort of safety thing they built in. So you're not cramming 1100 in it or 800 in my case. But theoretically, your output is only what you're setting your gauge at here. So this minor leak I'm getting in the back, I haven't really gotten a fix for it yet. I mean, I maybe a fatter O-ring here on the end. I haven't tried yet because the marker's just working fine. So let's weigh one of these without tape. Without tape, we're gonna call this orange ball 25 grams. We are going to shoot the wooden ball with the tape because the detent doesn't work. 44 grams. Let's go see what kind of damage we can do. So I want to try two things here. I have the bottle I was testing with before. This one's 775 PSI output. And I also have this other one that is 575 PSI output. Now I was curious, does it matter what the output on the bottle is? This ball is 25 grams. Whoop, whoop. Previously it was like 132 joules, I think is what I got, or 131. Detent. There is a better solution. There's going to be. Trial and error, guys. Charge it up. We are at 400. 342. It is a freaking cannon. I love this thing. I'm gonna swap. This was the 775 PSI bottle. 575 PSI bottle. Audibly, this bottle leaks less. So I'm thinking 100% MCS says the bottle output should be 450 PSI. Detent is still in place. It works perfect. Kind of hokey pokey, but doesn't really matter. It works. Will this affect the output? Now, charge to the same pressure, 400, or just under 400. Whoops, sorry, bumped the camera there. 334. Not really. It didn't really change that much. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, you know what? No, I'm gonna use this bottle till it's empty because I wanna change the output. I'm gonna lower the output to 450 and then we'll see if this little minor leak I'm getting in the back has any effect. Put up or shut up, right? First up is the 25 gram hockey ball. I'll be at about 12 feet away from this. Oh! Yeah, that one came back really fast. Let's have a look here. Okay, and this is what's different about shooting large projectiles. It has a huge surface area. You can see where it hit there, but I mean, that is gonna hurt, but it's probably not gonna kill you. I'm having second thoughts about the wooden projectile again. Okay, the ball is intact. Oh, did it split? No, it's just a little mark on the side there. Definitely got some different looking lines on it though. Yeah, you can imagine this thing when it compressed. Okay, wooden ball, I guess. All right, so for reference, this orange ball was hitting between 130 and 135 joules. This wooden ball is 44 grams as seen here. We're gonna do a test fire first, just to get an energy. So I've removed the detent. We're just gonna fit it in like so. Probably could have used maybe another wrap of tape on there. Let's see. Find a better, yeah, that's okay like that. "258 feet per second, and something happened there. What happened? I don't know. I think that was just a hook flying off. So there's the ball. Still intact. Obviously, I'm not hitting any hard targets yet. 258 feet per second is 135 joules. So we didn't see like a net increase, but this projectile is solid. So damage is going to tell the tale. Remember, that is from a softball. All right, there is my barricade. I'll be shooting from right about there. All right, I'm not gonna chrono this just for my own safety so I can kind of be ready. Charge this guy up. 400. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good news, I'm still here. And surprisingly, the ball, I was totally expecting this thing to blow up, but it didn't. Let's check out the pan. Definitely a different shape wallop in that. Surprisingly, I hit it right in the exact same spot. So, you know, guys, in all fairness, yeah, I probably could have, should have aimed for a different spot, but I mean, the pan is a different shape now. Woo! Yeah, I don't know, okay. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, yeah, I mean, the pan's pretty much destroyed. Didn't ricochet, which is good. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep working on this thing. And I know you guys have asked, turn it up higher. I don't want to break it yet. And to be honest, it's more than sufficient as is. See ya.